My name is Menacing Waters, and this is
Tidal Abyss.
And we are ready to interview.
So, why do you guys go by the name Coastal Annihilation?
Well, because the fact of the matter is, our coastlines are being destroyed. They're being annihilated.
They're being annihilated.
So, why are the coastlines important?
Well, for one thing, for those who don't know, the coasts are the area where the land and the water meet. And one thing about coastal areas that are important are that they are the physical barrier which protect the mainland from storm surges and flooding. Another interesting fact about coastal areas are that about 38% of the entire population of the world live on coastal areas around the shore. That's right, man. Another interesting fact is 53% of Americans live along the coast, so they are very vital. They also serve homes for shellfish and fish of all sorts. About 75% of fish, in fact, need the coastal areas for some point of their life to survive. Another thing is many of our fisheries are situated along the coast. In order for us, for us to eat, that's where we get our seafood. That's where me and Abysmal get our food. It's basically it.
It's all about the meat. It's all about the meat, the fish, the meat, the protein.
That's right.
How are we destroying the coastlines?
How are we destroying the coastlines? Well, let me tell you something about the coastlines, how we're destroying them. For one thing, let's look at New York City, largest city in the U.S. They dump 5 million tons of sewage into the ocean. That is, it's pure scum, bacteria-infested filth, polluting, killing all the life around it.
Annihilation.
95% of San Francisco Bay coastlines have been destroyed by pollution. Other things such as farmers who use pesticides, people that throw trash into storm drains, all that flows into the storm drains and flows down into the rivers, which flow into the oceans, killing countless sea creatures and plant life.
Plant life, sea creatures, it's all the same. They're being annihilated.
Annihilated.
Okay, so what are some types of coastal pollution?
Well, there are many types of coastal pollution. There are many bacteria and viruses which affect the waters along the coasts, along with other carbon-based materials. Lots of metals like copper and cobalt, lead and mercury. Mercury, which is very, very hazardous to many types of life. It's very poisonous. Runoff from farms, again, that's another type of pollution which devastates. Throwing trash, so many things that human beings do, the sick things we do to damage our coastlines.
With annihilation.
What are some of the side effects of these types of pollutants on our coast?
Well, for one thing, fish life, as far as fish go, the pollutants that are dumped into the rivers and along the coastlines, they cause genetic abnormalities in the fish's production, such as spawning, where the larvae, the fish babies, they'll have all these things wrong with their cell metabolism, or the way they develop, their tissue will be weak, so many different side effects from it. And as humans go, shellfish that we eat, if we don't properly cook it, the things that they ingest from the sewage and needles, like they throw used needles into the ocean all the time, it can cause typhoid and hepatitis.
Yeah, definitely.
Which are serious diseases if you don't properly cook your fish, and not everyone's gonna cook their fish properly.
Disease,
and it's a serious issue, and it's just plaguing humanity.
Yeah.
This seems to be a big deal. Why aren't people as aware of coastal pollution?
Well, let me tell you why people aren't as aware of coastal pollution as they should be.
We'll tell you, don't worry.
For one, the news media, they have a tendency to soften everything up like kitties. You know, they hide the fact of all the crap, the scum, the bacteria that gets dumped into the ocean. They try to make it seem not like as dangerous to our health, which it is incredibly dangerous to our health.
Extremely dangerous.
Another thing is
All right.
the government doesn't really track pollution. They have poor methods of keeping track of what companies, what businesses dump their pollution into the oceans and lakes and rivers. So it's all very convoluted, and you know, people just, that's why they're not aware, is because the government and news media aren't making it a big deal. They're not making it aware to the public.
So what can we do about coastal pollution?
We'll tell you what you can do about coastal pollution.
Alright, one thing we could do about coastal pollution is pick up, you know, check our car for oil leaks, pick up, you know, pet turds and stuff like that. Because all that flows into, you know, it flows into the storm drains, also trash, which people, they think it's cool to throw it in the storm drains, and it's not, because those storm drains, they flow into the rivers, which flow into the ocean. You know, killing more and more sea life. It's disgusting. Another thing, you know, try to refrain from using pesticides and fertilizers. Those also, they get absorbed into the atmosphere, you know, through condensation, and then the rain spreads it into the oceans, killing, you know, spreading more diseases to fish. You know, also get involved. Me and Abysmal, we go out to the beaches, we pick up trash, we clean, you know, make sure everything's in order. Isn't that right, Abysmal? So, yeah, there's many things you can do to get involved. Alright, we are Coastal Annihilation from Sweden, and we're about to play our new song off of our new album, Coastal Destruction, Part 1, The Devastation, called Coastal Destruction.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.